Hi guys, this is me again, Sharadel Partido, and for today's discussion, we will talk about silent reading. Do you prefer to read in silence or read it aloud? Do you know what is silent reading? And what is the importance of silent reading as a college student? But before you answer those questions, let's talk about silent reading. Let's go! Let's go, guys!
Okay, so what is silent reading? Silent reading is a reading skill which allows one to read without voicing the words. Meaning to say, silent reading may involve subvocalization or the silent speech, thus allowing the reader to imagine the sound of the word as it is read. Also, silent reading focuses on the comprehending the content without the added burden of paying attention to the pronunciation. It helps develop the skills of reading of a purpose. So meaning the importance of the silent reading is the less burden of the correct pronouncing of words as it is focused the understand or only the whole text of what we are reading. Since we already know the definition of the silent reading, let's proceed to the advantages and the disadvantages of silent reading. Let's tackle first the advantages. Okay, so the first advantage of the silent reading is with silent reading, a reader can reduce his cognitive load. So meaning to say, silent reading is a quick way of reading through a passage. So meaning to say, silent reading can save time and energy. This will help the reader and the learner to help their mind to access meaning and let them to understand and remember what is being read. Okay, so the second one is silent reading is mostly about reading for pleasure. Do you agree on this? Yes, even me, while silent reading, we are not disturbing anyone. So meaning to say, most of us seen that those who read for pleasure have higher reading proficiency. So the third one is silent reading improves students' understanding because it helps them concentrate on reading rather than pronunciation. This practice also allows children to read faster and improve comprehension. So meaning to say, silent reading allows us to read faster. Okay, so we're no longer dependent on our speaking speed. Okay, so the fourth one is silent reading also helps develop reading skills for a purpose, as the focus is on understanding the content. So meaning, in higher grades and later, when we mostly read a long text for a longer time, we require silent reading. So meaning to say, in college, we already required to read in silence, right? And last but not the least is silent reading is a great value in practical life even after school life. So this means that it also helps the students to retain thoughts into their subconscious mind. So meaning the learnings or the knowledge they got in silent reading, we can use in their daily life. So meaning later in life, we read silently. We absorb the text more than efficiently than reading orally. So we already done knowing those advantages of silent reading, and let's proceed to the disadvantages. The first one is for students who are not yet fluent, silent reading is not the best use of classroom time. I am agree on this because silent reading is not the best option or not the best choice in reading, especially to the students who have difficulties in reading. Particularly, we are referring to the elementary grade, right? Silent reading is not a good for them. The second one, disadvantage, is silent reading is not an opt for beginners. Meaning to say, just what I said like a while ago, silent reading is not a good option for the beginners. They must be acquired aloud reading first, then should be followed by the silent reading. The third one, disadvantage, is silent reading does not focus much on pronunciation. So meaning, in silent reading, we read through our mind. That's why we also pronounce in our mind. So the mistakes of the students cannot be corrected by the teachers. The last disadvantage is it is difficult to figure out if the students are reading inactually or are just looking at the text and wondering. So that's the worst disadvantage of silent reading. Some students are not actually reading. They just look at the text and they are pretending that they read silently. That's the end of my discussion. Hope you learned a lot. Because as a college student, we should practice silent reading. Loud reading is better for memorization and silent reading is best for comprehension. Always remember that. Again, thank you for listening. Bye!